the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings.
The Cavaliers coming to an Eastern Conference contest in this game. Welcome to 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And it's the Cavaliers to start out. A look at Cleveland's starting group. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Amon Shumpert is out there with Irving, and it's Mozgov in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Irving, and that one is hammered home.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
And guys, for everything we've said about Kyrie Irving over the years, now let's talk about maybe another area, and that is his willingness to give up the ball. LeBron came to town at the beginning of last season. Kyrie didn't even flinch at the prospect of being 1B to 1A. To me, that was a very selfless way of giving the mantle of that team over to LeBron.
I agree with you, and there was some question as to whether Kyrie would be able to do that at this point in his career, but ultimately that's what champions do. Kobe did it for Shaq, Robinson did it for Tim Duncan, and that's really what great players do.
Now George, following the three-point attempt by Rodney Stuckey, it's hauled in by LeBron.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
Passes it to Love. James against Ellis. And the rejection by Mahimi. And for 3. And Ellis with the block. LeBron kicks to Shumpert. And a wide open look for Irving. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
Excellent communication between teammates on the alley-oop there.
And that's what you need to pull that off.
And you do. You have to have both ends of that play, and they were fantastic on that one.
Ellis kicks to Mahimi. Got a piece of it. Now the feed to George. On deep. Yeah! What a shot!
Jazz music right there. Boom!
The Cavaliers have gone 2 of 6 from the field. And on the way from Irving for 3. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow!
And how about that, responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Terrific little tay-to-tay going on right now. Back and forth. Here we go. He's having quite the quarter here, guys. I mean, shooting the ball extremely well.
Cavaliers trailing. Launches it. Paul George grabs the miss.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Off the mark there with the three-point shot. For Cleveland, they've gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter.
Sledgehammer! The solo alley-oop. That's not something we see too often.
Timed it perfectly. You're right, and caught the defense totally off guard.
And guys, how about his coach? Looked like his heart was in his throat there for a second. Now, though, he's able to smile. More of a smile of relief.
Now Irving. Paul George missing from long. One around. Bang on the trifecta.
You cannot leave him alone like that, especially from long range.
Irving against Ellis. And there's the 3-second call. This one on the defense.
You know, if you're looking to build a small forward and there wasn't a LeBron James template, you might go with PG, Paul George. Height, length, athleticism, that combination off the charts with him. And he's got a nice, unflappable demeanor, too.
That'll be a 5-second call. Pacers have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Pulls up for 3. Rebound by Mahimi. Yeah, talking about Paul George, a big part of his dominance, his attitude. He doesn't yell or pump his fist. He's really the quiet assassin.
Yeah, once he maxes out in the weight room, which he will, now that he's in his mid-20s, I think he's going to be an Adonis. I mean, exactly the kind of physique you're looking for in a prototype at the small forward.
Got a piece of it. Mahimi with it. He's picked up by Irving. From deep, George. Mozgov grabs the board. Mozgov's got 4 rebounds now tonight. On its way from Irving for 2. Another miss by Irving.
He just has...
George, no good.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Stuckey against Irving. For the 3. That doesn't go in either for Irving. George against Shutter. And George with the stuff.
And everybody out of the way. I mean, clear the lane. We've got some rims to wrap.
What a sensational play to get to the rack for the slam.
Strong interior move. Aggressive, assertive, and effective.
The lead changes hands once more. There has been no separation between these two teams.
You know, it's made for one heck of an entertaining game. Even when it hasn't been the best basketball being played, it sure has been fun to watch.
Cavaliers shooting 40% here in the early stages. Irving for 3. Another miss by Irving. Indiana leading. And there's a call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Here's George. Mozgov with the block. Here's Irving. It's rebounded by Indiana.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
The Pacers have gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. Ellis on top. He's covered by Irving. Stuckey can't get it to go. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession.
And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now because he's not going to live that one down easily.
Indiana trailing here. And George, here we go. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You know, no doubt last year a bit of a loss for Paul George. I mean, he had to sit out most of it after that gruesome leg injury in the Team USA scrimmage.
And thinking back on George's injury, still a very graphic image in everyone's mind, but he was able to bounce back.
Yeah, it was great to see him get some game time before the end of the season after that horrific injury. A credit to him working as hard as he did, as well as to the training staff that got him back to be able to play before the end of the season.
There's the triple. That doesn't go either for George.
Even against solid defense, he's still going to try to continue to make that shot.
And I wouldn't bet against him in that situation the next time out.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
Ellis against Irving. Great defense that time from Ellis.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
No, it always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
The three-pointer, no good. Cavaliers leading to the paint, and the dunk by James.
Whoa, whoa. That'll wake you up. My goodness.
Is he an athlete or what?
No doubt about it. It's almost as if he lives in the air, and dunks like that have become quite commonplace.
The Cavaliers leading by 3. Irving for 3. And that one's good. Irving's got 16.
How about that move? You'll see very few players able to pull off. Just sensational stuff.
George passes to Turner. George with the ball. He's picked up by James. George against James. Just 5 on the clock. George, no good. Well, Cleveland shooting pretty efficiently out there. It is in 48% in the first quarter. There's the foul. It's on Mahinmi. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Pacers on defense. 6-point game. Irving for 3. Cleveland gets it back. Pass to James. Second shot opportunity, and that one's good. James has got 10.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
A clear look for George. Mahinmi kicks to George. And now the fast break. LeBron with the ball.
Oh, yeah! Do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play.
No doubt they've come into this game with a really aggressive approach, just pounding the ball inside.
It certainly is working. They're finding the open lanes to the hoop and owning this game early.
George, no good.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Pacers trail by 12. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something. You're right. Ahead. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Shumpert. And that's 18 points for Kyrie Irving. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Cleveland.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way. It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows. And listen, Cleveland were the favorites to win the Central Division last season. High expectations given they finished 3rd in the Central in 2014. But that's just what adding LeBron can do for a team.
Here's Love. Ball's knocked loose. Pacers shooting 33% here in the first quarter. And it's George finishing it off.
Grown man's power flush with the long hang on the rim at the end of it.
Clark, that could be a catalyst for him.
I think you're right.
And when we've seen those kinds of plays get them fired up in the past.
Now here's Irving. 21 points in the game. Now the Pacers moving it up. And pushing it up is Cleveland. The Cavaliers again in transition. And LeBron.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters. But if they even approximate that, watch out.
And the shot is good from Stuckey. Cleveland did win the Central, as you alluded to. Won 11 in-division games against what was a very tough division.
No easy opponents in that Central Division last year. 3 teams in the playoffs, and 1 was knocking on the door. The Cavs did what they needed to do to bring home the banner. They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
George. And he can't jam it through. Cleveland leading by 14. And the foul on Monte Ellis. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Irving attacking the rebound by Turner.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
From deep, LeBron, and released it in time.
Here we go, Pacers fans. Now coming up.
And LeBron James trying to will his Cavaliers team to its first title. Teammate kept...
He sat us down.
When someone like LeBron talks about what you need to bring to the table, you better bring it.
Yeah, I would think so. You'd be better served to go right along with what he's talking about. Dub the new big three along with Kyrie. I think if they just keep following LeBron's lead and advice, the sky's the limit.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And guys, the Cavaliers enjoying a nice lead here.
Defense paying huge dividends for them through the first.
Excellent hustle, and you know the coach has to be pleased with that effort at the defensive end.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter to play. So on the floor for Cleveland. Filling out the wings, it's Shumpert and LeBron. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. And it's Irving at the point.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
From deep, George. The shot is off, so Cleveland will take it the other way.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting. And chalk up a few more points for him there. This has been a one-sided game in just about every area.
Absolutely, I echo that sentiment. Their offense, their defense, I mean, it's all been terrific. Well, after that great first quarter from outside, he's cooled down here.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. Pacers trail by 20.
And Iman Shumpert, more athlete than player when he entered the league. 42-inch max vertical, shoulders carved like Michelangelo. But he had a long way to go in terms of his skill set, and you can see that evolution right before your eyes.
Pass to Mozgov. Cleveland moving it around. The drive by Shumpert. That's good.